Hi and welcome to this section where you learn how to create a resume in Canva. In this first lesson we'll discuss a resume or CV. So if you just want to learn how to make the design, then consider skipping this section and just view the demo resumes we create in the next section. However, if you want to learn some information about what makes a good resume, then I recommend watching this section. Okay, so let's get started. Let's first talk about a resume versus a CV. So you may hear the words resume and CV, but you may not know the difference. They are a little different, so let me explain now. CV stands for curriculum vitae. It's essentially a list that displays someone's education, work history, accomplishments and achievements. These are popular in the UK, Europe and Asia. A CV can be more than 2 pages long. It's used for applying for standard or regular jobs, a government job or an education job such as a teacher, and it's also used for a university scholarship application. A CV also doesn't need to be updated too often. Let's now talk about what a resume is. This is a summary of yourself and what you want to represent to the company you're interested in working with. This includes useful skills relevant to the job position, education history and work experience. It doesn't need to be as detailed as a CV. Resumes are popular in the USA and Canada. This is usually only 1 page long, normally an A4 page. These are used to apply for regular or standard jobs and also office jobs. A resume should also be updated often and tailored for the job position you're applying for. So why is having a good resume important? Having a well-written resume that fits the need of the job position can help you land more jobs and get more opportunities. A resume can often be the first thing someone hears about you. Making a great first impression can help get you to the next step, which is usually the job interview, and having a great resume can also help you stand out from other applicants. Let's now talk about things to know to help you create a great resume. So you can have many resumes with different styles that you can use when applying for different job positions. The resume should include useful skills, especially those needed for the job. For example, if you previously studied a subject and want to work outside of that industry, your resume should include any new skills you've acquired relevant to the job position. Let's say you've graduated in chemistry and want to apply for a video editor position. In that case, I recommend tailoring your resume around your video editing and computer skills rather than your chemistry knowledge and qualifications, as they are not really relevant to the video editing job role. If you're new to working in an industry and you're worried that the company may choose someone more experienced for the job, try not to worry too much, as often companies will choose recent graduates. Some companies may also look for people with less experience, but the pay may be less than if you're more experienced. So try to make your resume as good as possible and gradually build up your skills and experience over time. Let's now look at creating a great looking resume design that hopefully gives more job opportunities. Let's now have a look at a quick example guide for designing a good resume. Let's look at these 2 different job roles that we want to make a resume for. These are a graphic designer and a receptionist for a hotel. Let's start with a graphic designer job. For this position, I recommend having a stylish and creative design so the people looking at the resume instantly know you have a good eye for design. I actually know someone who's an architect and they studied architecture at university. After they graduated, they wanted to find a job as an architect. So to stand out, they made the resume into a handmade pop-up card of a building that displayed their skills and experience. When the person opened this card, they saw the detailed building that they had made and can tell they put a lot of time and effort into it. They then got an interview and landed this job. So this is an example of how to stand out from the crowd and grabs people's attention with a well-designed and creative resume. This example was a physical resume, but you can still apply this to a digital resume. When you send a company your resume, you can include a link to your website or previous projects you've worked on. Having your own website can help you stand out. Your website can also be a portfolio that displays your previous work and achievements. You can also include photographs of previous work or projects you've been involved with. You can easily create a simple website on Google Sites or another website builder, but this goes beyond the scope of this course. However, I recommend you do it. If you don't have your own website, you can still attach photos and links to a PDF resume file, which people can click to view previous projects you've been involved with. Also, having your own custom email address can help you look more professional. Instead of having @gmail.com, for example, you can use @yourname.com or your brand name. This can make you look professional and can help you stand out from the other applicants. Okay, let's now have a look at the other resume example. This is for a receptionist job at a hotel. This job requires the applicant to have good customer service, communication, language and management skills, and ideally hospitality experience. So for this resume, I recommend including details about any experience related to the position. Any feedback from customers who were impressed with your previous work or service could be a great addition to this resume, as this can prove you have good customer service skills. You could provide this via a link to a page that displays good reviews and feedback, or include screenshot or photos of these reviews in the resume. Let's now talk about what a good resume should include. When creating a resume, I recommend including these key points. First of all, the information is appropriate for the job position. It's only 1 page long, the design is clear and easy to read, is up to date in the latest version. And also the design of the resume matches the job position and shows your style. Okay, so now let's have a look at these examples here. These are some resume Canva templates that we found. The design on the left is for an IT project manager position. It looks calm, simple and professional. For this type of job, I wouldn't make the design too creative or funky. I'd keep it simple and professional. The resume on the right is for a product designer job. This is a bit more colourful and looks a bit more fun with the photo's pink background and the design's pink tone. That's because this job is in more of a creative industry, and this style matches the job role a bit more than the simple professional design like the other one. Okay, so that's the end of this video where we've looked at what a resume should include and also a resume versus a CV. In the next lesson, we'll look at some tips for adding a photo to your resume. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you there. Tips for adding a photo to your resume. Okay, so now let's talk about having a photo in your resume. Many companies would like to have a photo attached to a resume, especially if the job involves working in front of customers. That way the company can see if you look friendly and professional. Having a photo, especially a professional-looking photo, can help your resume stand out. This should hopefully make it easier to move to the next stage, which is normally the interview. However, just be aware that some companies do not want you to include a photo, as they do not want to be seen as choosing someone based on their looks or appearance. So research the company beforehand and decide whether or not to include a photo of yourself. Let's presume that the company would like a photo of you on your resume, and let's now discuss some tips for including a photo. Firstly, a good photo can mean different things to different people. For example, the first photo here is a great photo for social media or for sharing with your friends and family, as this is a nice travel photo with an amazing background. However, for applying for a job, this is irrelevant, and the background is quite pointless for a resume photo. Let's now look at the second photo. This is an example of a good photo. The photo has good lighting, where you can clearly see the face of the person. They have a welcoming smile, and they are dressed politely. The third photo is an example of a bad photo for a resume. The person isn't dressed professionally. They look like they're wearing gym or yoga clothes, which are too revealing. For example, you may think a photo like this is great for social media, but it's not really suitable for a resume. However, it does depend on the job. For a gym trainer or a fashion model, this is probably fine, but for most regular jobs, it's probably not suitable. Next, choose a photo with a nice smile. When we see someone smile, it instantly makes them look more friendly. So when you look at these 3 photos here, we can see that the first and third person look friendly and have a nice smile, but the second person or the person in the middle looks quite aggressive and unfriendly, as they are not smiling and are pulling an intimidating pose. So I recommend smiling. You can show your teeth like in the third photo, or not show your teeth like in the first photo if you prefer. Either is fine. Next, let's discuss how to choose a good photo for your resume. Dress professionally and politely. However, it does depend on the job. If it's for a job at a gym, showing your muscles and physique could be a good thing, but for a more regular job, say an office job or a teacher, it's better to be dressed politely in your photo. So let's have a look at these examples here. The photo on the right is an example of a good photo for a resume for a teacher position. They are dressed smart and polite, have a nice smile and seem welcoming and friendly. People can be judgmental and first impressions count, so I recommend dressing appropriately for your resume photo. I recommend choosing a photo that clearly shows your face and where you're not too far away. I also don't recommend wearing sunglasses in your photo. The first photo here is a good photo. It clearly shows the face with a nice smile and a polite shirt. The second photo isn't good, as we can't see their face as they're too far away. The third photo also isn't good because they are wearing sunglasses that hides their eyes. Even though the sunglasses and clothes they wear are fashionable, this photo doesn't seem suitable for a resume. We also recommend choosing a photo that looks natural. For example, I wouldn't choose one that pulls too much of a pose or is too stylish. We're looking for simple, natural and professional. These photos here might be fine for social media, but not for a resume. The second photo might be fine if you zoom in on just the face, but the photo quality will need to be high to do that. I also recommend using a high-quality DSLR or mirrorless camera with a good lens, rather than a phone, unless the phone camera is very good. That way you can get a great shot, and this will make you look more professional if you have a photo that looks like it was taken by a pro. If you don't have one of these cameras, I recommend asking a friend who has a good camera to help you take some photos. Alternatively, you can hire a local photographer. You can even rent cameras for the day. For example, in the UK, there's a website called Fat Llama where you can rent camera equipment by the day. Let's quickly discuss hairstyle. If you have long hair, I recommend that it doesn't cover your face too much. So for the first photo here, I don't recommend this because they're wearing a hat and the accessories on their hair are not suitable for a resume photo. The second photo is professional looking, as they look too serious and unfriendly, and their hair covers too much of their face. The third photo looks like it was taken by a professional, but it looks more like a shampoo commercial and doesn't look suitable for applying for a job. I'm sure it's fine for social media or a modeling picture, but not for a resume. Let's now discuss lighting. A well-lit photo can improve the quality of the photograph and make you look nicer and more trustworthy. Here is a photo of me with the same pose and shirt. The difference is that the first photo is well lit and looks friendly and professional, while the second photo looks dark and moody and much less friendly and gives a very different feeling, and that's all down to the lighting. The second photo might be fine for an artist photo, for example, but not for a resume. Okay, so that's the end of this video, where we've discussed tips for adding a photo to your resume. I hope you found this useful, and I'll see you in the next one. Let's now talk about some important details to include in your resume. Let's first discuss the basic information. First of all, we must include your full name, which should be in a large font so it's easy to read. Next is your birthday and age. You may or may not need to include this, depending on the country you're applying for jobs. Some countries, such as the UK, don't require personal information including age, marital status, nationality, spiritual beliefs, and a photo. So I recommend researching to see if the country you're applying for jobs requires this information. And then your phone number, email, and website. If possible, I recommend including all three to make it easier for the company to contact you. As mentioned previously, I would make your website essentially a detailed portfolio of your previous work that employers can view and can make you look more professional. Okay, let's now look at an example. Here we have some basic information for the person's resume. We have their full name and date of birth, and we also have their marital status and address. This resume is from a Canva template. As I said, depending on the country you're in, you may not need to include a photo, date of birth, marital status, or nationality, but we have it here for this example. We also have their contact information, which includes a phone number, email, and website. Let's now talk about work experience. Include the name of the previous workplace and put this in bold. Then the job role. Put the job role in a larger text so the person reading the resume can easily see the name of the previous company and your different job roles. Then the duration of your previous job. Add this so the person reading it can see how long you've had a job for in the past. Then explain some details about the previous job roles. This gives context to the job roles so the person reading can see the duties and the skills you've learned from previous jobs can be useful or not in the new job you're applying for. I also recommend putting the last job first and then go backwards from there. Okay, let's have a look at an example now. In bold you can see we have the names of the previous workplaces, then we have the duration of the previous jobs, and also the job role. And below here we have some details about the previous job roles. Then it's time to put any education experience. I recommend putting the most advanced education you have first, or the one most suitable for the job. For example, any degrees or qualifications related to the job you're applying for. If you went to university, you can put the name of the degree and the major you studied. Then I recommend putting the duration of the education so they can see how long you studied for. For example, in the UK, a full-time undergraduate degree is normally 3 years, and a full-time master's degree is normally 1 year for most subjects. It may be a different duration for some subjects, such as an undergraduate medical degree, which is 5 years in the UK. Then put the facility you graduated from. This can be useful if you studied a subject that can be applicable in the new job role. If you have qualifications other than a degree, you can also put these. If they are specific to a job role, then they may be more useful than a degree. For example, a commercial driver's license may be more useful than a university degree for a truck driver's role, but maybe not for an office job. It all depends on the job you're applying for. You can also put your high school as well if you graduated from high school. In the UK it's a little different. Our high school, or secondary school as we call it, has GCSE qualifications which everyone needs to do. And then we have A-level qualifications after this, which are not mandatory. It may be different in your country, but you can also add any qualifications from school to your resume, especially if they're relevant to the job you're applying for. Okay, so let's now have a look at this example here. In the education section here, we can see they have a bachelor's degree. Then it says the facility they graduated from. Then it says the name of the university, when they studied, and the duration of their study. Then it says high school, the program they studied, the name of the school, when they studied, and the duration. Internship experience. If you have little or no work experience, you can include any internships, especially if they are relevant to the job you're applying for. This is better than not including anything at all. You should put any internship information down like this: the name of the company you interned at, the duration of the internship, and the projects you were involved in when you were an intern. Let's have a look at this example here. So you can see here on their resume, we have a section for their internship experience. Here it has the names of the companies they interned at, when they interned, and the duration of their internship. And with these bullet points here, it describes the projects they're involved in when they were an intern. Let's now talk about volunteer work. This work shows the company that you're a kind and caring person who wants to help others. Let's now look at how to put volunteer work into a resume. I recommend adding volunteer work in this format: the name of the company or place you volunteered at, how long did you volunteer here for, and what did you do during your volunteer work. Let's have a look at this example here. So we can see here what they did for their volunteer experience, and below this we can see the name of the company that they volunteered at. Then we can see when they volunteered and the duration of their volunteer experience. Then with these bullet points, it describes what they did in their volunteer work. Next we have skills. I recommend adding any skills that will be useful for the job you're applying for. If you have a driver's license, you can include it if you think it might be useful for the job. If you can speak or read any language other than English, you can include this if it's relevant to the job. You can also include any computer or software skills such as Photoshop or Excel if they are relevant to the job. Some resume templates have a graph, star or level bar to describe their skill level. However, I recommend writing down your skill level rather than using a level bar or graph to display it. A level bar or graph might look good from a design point of view, but I don't think it's as professional. So let's have a look at these examples here. The resume on the left displays their skills under expertise and also language. The resume on the right has the skills section here, which displays their skills with these stars. As I said, I'm not really a fan of the stars. I do think it's better just to list them. Reference. Let's now talk about your references. People who are looking through resumes may wish to contact previous employers. Before being considered for any new job role, your references may be contacted to check that your information is correct and that you were a good worker for the company. Many people include the contact information for the HR department from the old workplace, their manager, or the company's CEO as a reference. However, I only recommend putting someone down as a reference if you had a good relationship with them and you know they will talk about you positively if requested. If you don't have any work experience yet, you can include the contact information of a university teacher or someone you've known through volunteer work, for example. You can also put down someone who is in a good position, who knows and trusts you. For this example, they've included the name and contact details for CEOs from previous companies they've worked at. Okay, now let's talk about attaching any documents to your resume. So you can attach any useful documents if they're relevant to the job you're applying for. You could attach certificates, which could help prove you have useful skills for the job you're applying for. Again, they will need to be relevant for the job position. You could also include any grade certificates. These show how many classes you've taken, what subjects they're in, and your grade. You could also include a TEFL certificate. Some job roles may request that applicants have a high TEFL score, such as English teachers or air hostesses. This may be useful to include if English isn't your first language and you want to prove you speak English at a high level. You can also include a portfolio. This can be useful to display any previous work that you've done. For example, if you're applying for a graphic design position, it can be important to show any previous work you've done to prove you're a good designer. Let's now talk about reviews. Attaching previous positive customer reviews can be useful depending on the job you're applying for. This is more for jobs where you have contact with the customers. This feedback lets future employers know that you have good customer service skills. In some jobs you will get customer ratings and reviews, and you can add some of your best reviews to your resume. For example, here we have review papers from a hotel. This is feedback from the customer as they checked out of the hotel. So the guests here gave great reviews for the receptionist. So if you're applying for a customer-facing job or a job in direct contact with customers, reviews like this could be useful to add to your resume to prove that you are good at your job. Okay, so that's the end of this video. We've looked at some important details to include in your resume. So a good resume isn't just about a good design, it's also important to consider the information and the order of the resume. I hope you found this video useful, and next we'll design some resumes. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you there. Hi there, and welcome to this video. I'm going to show you how to make a resume in Canva. So let's begin. So now I'm on canva.com, and here I have a Google Doc of the information that I'm going to add to the resume. If you want to learn about what information to add, please check out the previous videos where we cover this. So here we have the name and information, a summary about themselves, their skills, languages, education, internship experience, volunteer experience, work experience, and the references. Okay, let's go back to Canva. In the search bar up here, let's type in resume to have a look at some resume templates. So Canva's got a load of great templates. I'm going to use this one down here for this example. This resume is for a video editor position, and I think this design looks suitable. It's stylish, but professional looking. Let's now click on Customize this template. And let's just zoom in with the bar down here. And let's go back to the demo resume, and let's copy over the name. Now let's paste this in to replace this name. Now we're also going to copy over the position, which is video editor, and let's paste this in the subtitle below. Let's just resize its shape, and also adjust the text so it looks a bit neater. Let's just drag over all of this and move it up, so it's level with the top of the photograph. Now let's drag over the shape, the text, and the photograph, and move it up so we have more space for the rest of the text in the resume. Let's also resize this photograph and make it a bit smaller. We have this contact information here. I'm just going to move this up and then resize this. Let's actually make the space between each one a bit tighter. So let's just click and drag up between each one. I like to highlight the text once I've added in the information, so we know what's been added and to keep it organized. Let's just copy over the phone number now and paste it in here. And let's copy over the email address and paste it in here. I don't want this to be underlined, so let's click this button up here. Let's just click on this pencil button here, and I'm just going to remove the link. If you're sending this as a PDF resume, maybe having a link to an email address or a website might be useful, but for this example, I'm going to remove it. Let's do the same for the website. Let's copy and paste this over. And again, I don't want this underlined, and let's remove the link. Then we have the address, so let's copy and paste this over. Then I'm just going to duplicate this text over here. But before we do this, let's go back to the document and highlight the information we've already added. Now we're going to add some basic information for the CV. So we're going to add date of birth, nationality, and also marital status. Depending on what country you're in and also what job you're applying for, you may or may not need to add personal information like this, but for this example, we're going to add it. Let's just duplicate this text box over here, then go back to the document, and then copy and paste the information from the text document into the resume. Let's just select all of these and change the color. Let's choose this yellow color so it matches with the rest of the design and makes it a bit more interesting. Let's now drag and select over this text box on line, duplicate this and move it up. Before we move on, let's highlight the information we previously added. Okay, now we're going to add the summary. So let's change experience to say summary. I also want to have this in capital letters. Let's just move this line up. And let's now duplicate this text box and then add the information from the document. So let's copy this over into this text box here. Let's now resize this. Let's duplicate this again. But before we move on, let's highlight what we just added in the text document. Let's change education on the left here to say skills. Let's just resize this and move it up so we have a bit more space. I'm going to delete this and just have this text box here where we're going to list the skills. So here we have the skills. Let's copy and paste this. And I don't want to have this bold, so let's click on this B button here. Let's also make the font a bit smaller and reposition this. Some people may have percentage bars next to their skills, but for this, I'm just going to list them. Again, let's go back to the document and highlight what we just added. Okay, let's now add language, so let's copy and paste this from the document into the resume. Again, let's delete the rest of the text boxes here and copy and paste the information into this one text box. Again, let's change the text size to size 10 so it matches the text above. Let's just reposition and move this up now. Let's now move language up here, and I'm going to change this so it says reference. We do have the reference on the right here, but I want to move it on the left. So let's copy and paste this into this text box. Let's now drag over one of these references, but as you can see, we need to change the text color or we won't be able to see it. So let's change it to a white color. Let's just move this up slightly, and let's just duplicate this. Let's go back to our text document and highlight what we added previously. Okay, let's go down to the references here and let's copy and paste the name of the first reference. Now let's copy and paste over their job position and also their phone number and email address. Now let's add the name of the second reference, their job position, phone number, and email address. Again, I don't want this to be underlined and I also don't want to link this, so let's hit the pencil icon and delete the link. Let's just resize this slightly. And again, let's highlight what we've added. Okay, now let's add their education. And let's duplicate this text box here. And also this larger text in bold and put this above. Let's duplicate this once more. And let's just change the size so the text below is a bit smaller. Let's just delete this here as we don't need this, and move this line up. Let's just drag this down, and also delete the reference down here as we've added it on the left. Now we have a bit more space so we can add the education information. And now let's go back to the text document and copy and paste over their degree information. So first of all, their degree type and when they studied, and then the name of the subject and where they studied at. Now let's add their next education information, which in this case is their secondary school and when they studied. Let's also add their level of study, which in this case is A-levels, and also the name of the school. So let's click over all of this and drag it up. Okay, let's highlight this in the text document and move on to work experience. Now let's change experience to work experience and let's capitalize this. Let's just move this line up so it matches the other lines. I want to have the bold and largest text first, so let's move this up. Let's go back to our document and I want to put the most recent work experience first. So let's copy over this one first as this is the most recent. So we have the name of the job role and the years they worked this job. Let's delete this text down here as we don't need this, and let's duplicate what we just added here. Now let's add the information about the job role. We don't need both of these text boxes, so I'm going to delete this one here, and now let's paste in this information. Let's just resize this, and now let's make the font a bit smaller. Let's also move up this bullet point. And now let's move up these text boxes so it's neater and there's less space. Let's now highlight what we just added. And now let's copy over the next job, starting with the name of the company and when they worked at this job. As the first job was an independent freelance job, we didn't need to put the name of the company, but the next job was working with a company, so let's put this company information here. Now let's put the name of the job role and also the duties for the job. Again, let's change the font size to match the text above. And let's duplicate this once more. And let's drag up this bullet point so it matches the third title. So let's go back to the text document and highlight what we just added. And now add the third work experience information. So let's add the name of the company and the years they worked there. Let's now add the name of the job role and the duties for the job. Let's click on the text boxes and make the font a bit larger. Okay, now we have this space down here. Let's just move this all up slightly so we have a bit more space down here. Let's now duplicate this education information and drag this down here. But before we move on, let's highlight what we just added. Okay, so now we're going to add internship experience. So let's copy and paste this over here and then add the information for the first company. So we have the name of the company and when they interned here. Let's now copy and paste over their duties for this internship. Now let's duplicate this and now let's add their volunteer experience. So let's copy and paste over where it says volunteer experience. Now let's include where they volunteered and when they did. Let's duplicate this text box and let's unbold this and make the font a bit smaller. Now we're going to put the name of their volunteer experience. Now we're going to put down what they volunteered as. Okay, let's now add their duties. Let's just change the font here and make it a bit smaller to neaten this up. Okay, I'm just going to move the reference down here slightly. And now let's change the photograph. Depending on what country you're in and also what the job role is, you may or may not need to include a photograph, so be sure to research this before creating your resume. But for this example, we're going to include a photograph. So let's delete this previous photo and now let's upload our photo. So let's click on Uploads and Upload Files, and here we're going to choose our photo. So let's click and drag this over to the photo box. We don't need to include all this photo, so let's just drag this over so we just see the head and shoulders really. Now let's click Done. And now let's just move this over a little bit more so it's more in the center. Okay, let's zoom out and have a look at all this. So let's just have a quick check of this. So of course I recommend proofreading and making sure the design's all fine before you send this to anyone. Okay, all looks good to me, it looks professional and stylish. One last thing we're going to do is rename this in Canva to keep this organized. Okay, so that's an example of how to design a resume in Canva. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one. Hi and welcome to this section where you'll learn how to create a well-designed and interesting presentation. So let's get started. Let's first talk about what a presentation is. So a presentation is a visual way to present information in a more creative manner. It consists of slides that can display text, graphs and images. Someone can then show this presentation and explain the points in the slide and can also expand on this information, just like what I'm doing now. Let's now talk about why a clear, concise and well-designed presentation can be useful. Time is important and people want to understand and digest information as fast as possible. So if you want to create a presentation, then it's best to keep it clear and concise. Also, having a well-designed presentation can make it more fun and can make it more exciting and less boring for the viewers. As I said, I recommend keeping it concise and not having too much text. Too much text can make the slides look cluttered and can take too long to read. Often the speaker will speak more than just the text on the screen. The text on the screen is usually a summary of what they will say for that slide. If all of the text is displayed on the slide and it's not summarized, then it can be difficult to understand and can bore the audience with too much text. A good presentation will be clearly designed and will use a combination of text and photos and can also use graphs. This will make the presentation a lot more interesting and easier to understand, as well as to help the viewers remember the information. So who should use a presentation? A presentation is for anyone who needs to present in a visual way. This could be at work, for example. This could be used to train a team or to present new findings or ideas to managers, clients or customers. For example, someone who's a web developer may need to present to their clients about their requirements for any new projects. Students can also use presentations at their school or university. This allows them to present their work or research to other students or teachers. For example, the first photo shows someone presenting with a flowchart in front of their class. The second photo shows university students presenting their work in class. Teachers. A presentation can also be displayed in a classroom or over a video conference on applications such as Zoom. The video presentation can be streamed live or recorded. For example, the video you're watching right now is a presentation. If the teacher uses a well-designed presentation, it can be more interesting and the information can be easier to digest with text summaries, images and graphs rather than just speaking the information or reading from a script. The first photo here shows a teacher speaking in front of their class with their presentation. The second photo shows a teacher hosting an online class with a presentation. YouTubers or content creators. All the presentation slides can be recorded and a voiceover added later. For example, the photo on the left shows all the presentation pages in Canva. These can be exported as a video, and we can see this up here in the top right. All the voiceover audio can then be added to the slides in video editing software and then edited and published. Okay, so that's the end of this video where we've looked at what a good presentation is and how it can be useful. So I hope you enjoyed this video. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Hi there, and welcome to this video where we give you some tips on how to make your presentations more interesting. First of all, you will need to think about the topic for your presentation. Then you will need to summarize all of the important information and add this to your presentation slides. Remember, you don't need to add everything that you will speak in your presentation. You only need to put the important sentences and phrases. Then you can add notes to help you elaborate on these important sentences and phrases while you present. Okay, let's now look at the image on the right. Here we have summarized all of the information and we've only added the important sentences to this slide. Then we have the notes on the left, which only the presenter will see. The audience or viewers won't be able to see these notes. These notes can include more details or even the script for the presenter to read. Next, let's talk about the target audience for your presentation. For example, if you want to make a presentation for teaching children, you will need to adapt your design for them. So if it's for children, then the presentation should be fun with lots of photos and not too much text to try to keep the children's attention. You also need to think about your language and avoid using words or phrases that the children might not understand. You should also ensure that the photos and videos in the presentation are suitable for children. If your presentation showcases your research and your audience is teachers, you must ensure that the information is correct and reliable and that you attach any needed references. Using graphs to show the information can also help make the presentation look more professional and makes it easier to understand the data. I also don't recommend putting too much text on one page. If you have a lot of text to include, I recommend summarizing it. You can always read out all of the text, but it can be too tiresome on the eyes and can make the presentation too dull and boring if there's just too much text on one page. I also recommend only putting one subject on each slide. Don't try to cover too much in one slide. Doing so will make the slide look too busy and messy. For example, both images on the left summarize the book page on the right. Here we've separated them into two slides and only added the keywords. Next, choose a suitable font that's modern and easy to read. Don't try to make the font look too fancy. Remember, we want to make it easy to read. Also, the color of the font needs to stand out and not disappear into the background. For example, let's look at this image on the left. Here we're using a large modern font that's easy to read. We also use yellow and white colors for the font so it stands out against the background, and this makes it easy to read. The image on the right uses less text and has icon images of applications. These images help make the slide look more interesting, and we use a yellow text box which allows the black text to stand out and makes it easy to read. We also need to make sure that the text layout doesn't look messy. We want to make sure it's in the correct position so the presentation looks well organized. Now let's talk about the background color for the slides. I recommend using colors that aren't too contrasting. The background color should be basic and soft. Let's have a look at these examples here. The first image has a white text box behind the text. This looks simple and stylish. The next slide image has a contrasting background color and the white text has really gotten lost in the image. Then in the third image we have the same background, but we've added a white text box in front of this image and changed the text to black. Now we can clearly read the text and it looks a lot neater. Next, I recommend that you use photos and graphs to explain things in a more interesting way. These can also make the data or information easier to understand. Let's have a look at these examples here. The graph on the left uses the same information as the graph on the right. So we have different types of graphs that we can use to display information or data. We also have a pie chart in the middle, and something like this is easy to understand and looks quite interesting. I also recommend using photos and graphics related to the content we want to present. For example, the image in the top left is of a hotel, and this slide is about a hotel promotion. This makes the slide a lot more interesting than if it didn't have an image. The image in the bottom left is of a contact slide for the hotel. Here you can see that the person in the image is on the phone, so we know this slide is about contacts in the hotel. Then we have graphics in the top right, which are related to the hotel facilities. Here we have a graphic for the restaurant, swimming pool, and gym. Again, this is more exciting than just having text. Then we have the photos in the bottom right, which display the room types. People viewing this slide can see the photos of the rooms that they can rent. It's better to see this than just the text, so people know exactly what the rooms look like. Next, let's talk about attaching links or videos to the presentation. This allows you to show more information. For example, these could be links to your website or links to videos on sites like YouTube. This is more for a PDF or if someone is viewing your presentation in their own time. However, this could still be used if you want to show websites or play a video during your presentation. Let's have a look at these examples here. The example on the left links to a website. The link is attached to a software logo, so people can view or download it if they want to use the software too. So people can click on this logo and view the website for the software. Then we have the slide on the right, which has a YouTube video embedded into it. People can click on this to play the video, or they can be sent to YouTube where they can play the video. Also, you can attach a PDF flipbook link. This allows you to display a PDF book. With this, you can add additional information, and you can ask people to check out your flipbook link to learn more. You can also include a QR code link to issuu.com, which is issuu.com, like this example here. With this, people can open their phone's camera and access the link through a QR code. Add effects. In Canva, you can use presentation effects to help make the presentation look more interesting. This can be especially useful if you're presenting to children or you're presenting quite a dry or boring topic that you want to make a bit more interesting. For example, the video on the left shows some presentation effects. This has been made for children to make the video more interesting with some effects and hopefully hold their attention. And the last tip is to check and proofread your presentation. It doesn't look professional if you have spelling or grammatical mistakes in your presentation. So use the spelling and grammar checker such as Grammarly to help you correct any mistakes. Okay, so that's the end of this video where we've discussed some tips to help make your presentation look more interesting. I hope you found this video useful, and next we'll design some presentations. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you there. Okay, so on canva.com, and I've typed in presentation. So here we have a lot of different templates. The template I'm going to choose is this one here. So let's click on this and click on customize this template. So you can see here we have 10 different pages, but I actually just want to use one of these pages. And the page I want to use is this one here, page 9. So let's delete all the other pages and just use this. Let's first of all change the color for this box. I'm going to choose a yellow color. Let's also change the color for the text, as this white color seems to get lost in this yellow. Let's change this to a black color. I'm going to delete all these text boxes here, so we just have the heading text. And now I'm going to click on all of these and resize these to make these a bit bigger. And now let's resize these so the images are a bit closer together. And let's also move the text and the box down. Now I'm going to change the color of these shapes in the corners. Let's choose the same yellow color. And I'm going to change the slide color as well. I want to create a purple color. So I'm going to actually choose my own custom color for this. So I think around here should be good. Now I'm going to change the border color for these images. Let's choose a red pink color. And I'll choose my own color. Now let's duplicate this and let's click on design on the left. And now I'm going to find another presentation template. I'm going to choose this one here. Feel free to choose your own. You don't have to use the exact same one as me. I just want to show you the different steps involved in making a presentation. Okay, so I don't want to add all of these 11 pages. I just want to add this one here. So let's click on this. Let's just close the side panel now so we have a bit more space. Let's now delete this image here and add my own image. So I'm going to click on Uploads and then Upload Files. Here I have my own design that I created previously. And drag this over to add this. Okay, now I'm going to open up my PDF book and I'm going to copy some of the text from this PDF book to this presentation. I'll just type in this text here, but I can copy and paste it from the PDF as well if I wish. Okay, let's just resize this and let's change the color to this yellow color again. Let's just copy over this next text here. Remember, it's Command-C on Mac or Control-C on Windows to copy, and Command-C on Mac or Control-V on Windows to paste. Let's just resize this text now, and let's just make this line a bit thicker by clicking on this button here, and I'll increase the number. Okay, so that's how we started to make this presentation in Canva. In the next video, we'll continue making some demo presentation designs. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you there. Okay, so now let's continue working on this presentation design demo. So in this video, we're going to turn a page from a PDF book into some slides. And it's also better to summarize the information in the slide. You don't have to have all the information there, or it can be too much for the viewer. Okay, so let's get started. So I'm going to click Add Page in Canva, and let's change the color to a white color for this. And let's also add a shape. I'm going to use these shapes for the corners. So let's click on this and press the duplicate button and put this in the bottom right corner as well. Let's copy the text from this slide and paste it into this new slide. Let's choose this text here called Montserrat. Let's now copy the title from this PDF page and paste it into this text box in our slide. I don't want this center alignment, I want the text to be on the left, and we can change this by clicking this button here. And let's capitalize the text by pressing this button here. Let's now duplicate this text box, and I don't want this bold, so we can press this B button again so it's not bold. Let's readjust this to change the size. Let's actually choose another font. Let's choose this one here called IBM Plex Mono. I don't want the text capitalized, so let's press this button up here again. Let's actually choose another font. Let's choose this other one called IBM Plex Sans. Okay, I think that's more suitable. Now let's copy and paste the text from the PDF into this text box. I'm going to change the text here as it says in this video, as this is now a presentation. So let's just delete this and change it to say, let's have a look. Let's make the text fill the text box by pressing the alignment button again. Let's now highlight the next set of text that we're going to copy to our presentation. Before we paste this into our slide, I'm just going to change the line spacing for this title. Let's click on this and let's click on the spacing button up here. Let's just make it a bit tighter so we have a bit more space. Let's also add an element. We're going to choose this circle here, and by default it's also the same purple color that we've already used, and we're going to leave it this color. We're going to duplicate these circles and add numbers to these, and then add the text next to these. So let's duplicate these by pressing the duplicate button, and let's have 4, and let's make these a bit bigger. The next step is to add this text here, so let's copy the first one here and paste this in. Let's just resize this text box and make this text bold by pressing the B button up here, and let's just make this a bit bigger, and let's also change the color to this purple color. Let's duplicate the text again by pressing on this text and pressing the duplicate button. Let's now copy and paste the next one. And again, let's duplicate this, and then copy and paste the third one. This one is a bit longer, so we need to resize this text box. Let's actually make this text box on the left a bit smaller, and then move the text on the right over so we have a bit more space. Let's now duplicate the text box again, and then copy and paste the last one over. Let's now duplicate this text box and type in the number 1. Let's change the color to a white color. Let's choose a different font. Let's choose this Montserrat font we used before. And let's duplicate this, and this time it's going to be 2. And let's duplicate this again, and 3. And duplicate again, and 4. Okay, let's now make the next slide. Let's change the slide color to purple. And let's make this title bold, and let's change the color to this yellow color we used before. Let's just resize this text box, and let's copy and paste the title from the PDF to the slide. Let's just drag over all of this and move this up so we have more space. I'm just going to make the slide color a bit darker, so the text stands out a bit more. So what we're doing now is we're expanding on the points we added before. I actually summarized the text from the PDF into a Google Doc. So let's actually copy over this summarized text, as I think there's a bit too much text in this PDF for the slide. And copy this, and paste this into the text box in the slide. Let's now change the alignment for the text with this button up here. And let's just click and drag on this to make this larger, and let's just resize this now. Let's also change the size for the title and resize this. I'm just going to delete this image here, as I want to add the image from the PDF. So you can upload the image and drag it in here, but for this example we're going to add a screenshot. A screenshot may not be as high quality, but we're going to add it for this example. And now let's go on Uploads, and then click on Upload Files, and find the screenshot, which by default saved to my desktop. And let's add this now. Let's now add this to the placeholder image, and you can see it snaps into place. Okay, so that's how we made some more slides for this demo presentation. I hope you found this video useful, and I'll see you in the next one. Okay, so now let's have a look at how to add links to your slides. Before we add the links, let's just edit one of the slides that we made previously. So now I'm going to copy this title from the PDF and paste it in here. Let's just resize the text box so it covers this text. Let's just adjust the line spacing by pressing the spacing button here and adjusting line spacing so it's a bit tighter and we have a bit more space. Let's adjust this now. And let's delete these images that we had here. And let's just replace these titles for the titles in our PDF. So let's copy and paste the first one here. And then the second one. Then the third one. And then the fourth one. Then I want to add 4 icon images into this slide. So let's click on Uploads on the left, and then click on Upload Files to add our files. This is saved under my downloads. I'm going to select all 4 here and then click Open. Let's click on the first image and drag this over to the first placeholder image. Let's just change the size slightly so we can't see this text at the bottom. And now let's click and drag over the next image. Okay, this one's pretty good. And now let's click and drag over the next image. We do have this white background around this image, which I don't like. So let's remove this now by going up to Edit Image and then click on Background Remover. Okay, that's better now. Let's click on Uploads again. Let's now click on the next image and drag this over to the placeholder image. Okay, I think this is good now. Now we're going to add links onto each of these images. So in my Google Docs, I have the links to the software. So people may wish to click on these to learn more about the software. So let's copy over the first link, then go back to our Canva presentation, and then right click on the image and go to link. Now let's paste in this link and press done. So you can see here we have this link, and if we click on this, it goes to the manufacturer's website. Let's just close this and do the same for the next image. So in our Google Doc, we have this link here. So let's copy this, and then right click on the next image, then go to link, paste the link in here, and then press done. Let's do this for the third image now. So let's go back to our Google Doc and then copy the link for the third image. Right click on the image, go to link and paste this in here and press done. And again for the fourth image, we have the link here. So let's copy this link. Right click on the image, go to link, paste the link in here, then press done. One more thing I'm going to do for this video is just move this title over to the right so it's more centered. Okay, so that's how you can add links to your presentation. I hope you found this video useful, and I'll see you in the next one. Okay, so now let's have a look at how to attach a YouTube video to your presentation. Before I add the YouTube video, I'm just going to quickly design the slide, and then we'll add the video. So here we have a blank slide with a purple background. Let's first of all go to Elements and add a shape. Let's choose the square shape, and let's change the color to yellow, the same color we used before. I'm just going to resize this and put it in the corner, just to make the slide look a bit more interesting. I'm now going to duplicate this and put it in the bottom right. Let's just change this color to white to make it a bit different. Now let's copy over the title text from the slide above and paste this into our new slide. Let's now change the text to say Logic Pro, which is about the video we're about to add. Let's see what this is like when it's not bold. However, I prefer it bold, so let's press this B button again. Let's also change this color and let's make the text larger. However, let's change it to this yellow color again. Now let's add some text effects to make it a bit more interesting. So let's click on Shadow, and let's change the shadow to a black color. Let's also increase the offset and the transparency, and let's also adjust the direction. Let's now increase the size of this title text again, and now we've designed this slide, let's add this YouTube video. To find a YouTube video in Canva, you will need to have the exact title name, or alternatively, you can find the video through the YouTube channel name. So here in my Google Doc, I have the name of the exact video I want to use. So let's copy this now and go back to Canva. And let's now click on Apps. Let's now type in YouTube and then click on YouTube. Now let's click on Open, and now I'm going to paste in the exact name of the video. And here it is, the one at the top. So let's click on this now to add this to our slide. Let's now see what this looks like if you're presenting it live. So let's click on Present in the top right and then go down to Present. Now someone can click on this video in the slide to play back this video. You can also click on this link up here, which will take you to YouTube where you can play the video from there. Okay, let's just go back to our presentation, and that's how you can add a YouTube video to your Canva presentation. So that's the end of this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. So here we have a blank slide. And let's now copy and paste this text box over to our blank slide. I'm just going to change the color to white so we can see this clearer on this purple background. Let's change the text now. So we have the information for our presentation in this Google Doc. I'm going to copy this text here and then paste it into this text box for this slide. Let's cut the text at the bottom and paste this into a separate text box later on, as I want to change the font and the size of this. Okay, let's now resize this text box, and let's just duplicate this, and now let's paste in the text that we cut before. I'm going to unbold this by pressing this button here, and let's make this smaller and resize this. I'm also going to change this to another font. Let's try this one called IBM Plex Sans, and I don't want to have the text in capital letters, so let's press this button here. Let's just click and drag over both of these text boxes and drag them down. Let's put this on a separate line by pressing enter. Again, let's resize this and make this a bit smaller. And let's click and drag over these and put it down slightly again. Okay, let's now add a chart. So let's go over to Elements, and then go down to Charts, and let's have a look at some more of these by clicking See All. So here we have a bar chart, and let's have a look at a few more of these by pressing See All. This one here is fine, so let's click to add this. Let's just move this over to the right and resize this. And up here we can change the colors, and we can also change the column spacing with this slider here. So let's drag this to the right to make a bit more space between the columns. We can also change the roundness of the columns with this slider here, but for this I think about here is fine. Okay, let's go back to our text documents, and here we have the information for our chart. Let's now copy and paste the information for our bar chart. So here we have different names of microphones, and with this bar chart we can compare the price of the microphones. Where it says Series 1, let's paste in what we just copied from our Google Doc. So this is the first microphone, and let's go back to our Google Doc and copy the next microphone name, and then paste this into where it says Series 2. And the same for the third one. Let's copy this and paste this into where it says Series 3. Let's just change the colors of these bars quickly. Something like this looks more suitable. You'll notice here that we don't have the information for this microphone, which says Shure SM7B. You can see here above it says ABC. We want to have this display numbers rather than letters, and then go to Settings. Now here we have Values, and let's now add Shure SM7B. If we click on this, we have this error icon appear, so now we need to click on this and change the data type from text to number. Let's now change the labels to years. So let's copy and paste this over from our Google Doc to the label section here. So we want to add a fourth label, so let's add this as well. We can't see this appear yet, so let's go over to Settings, and let's click on Select an Option and choose Labels. And now we can see this update in our bar chart. Okay, now we're going to add the price for each of these microphones. I'm just going to remember these and put these in manually. And let's do the same for the next microphone. We have these numbers here. Let's remember these and put these in. You can copy and paste, but just to keep this video concise, I'll just remember these and type them in. Let's change the color for this next bar. Okay, there we go, there's our bar chart. Let's now duplicate this and create another type of graph. This time we're going to choose a line chart, and you can see here it actually uses the same information that we had in our bar chart. And you can change the colors for these lines, and let's do this now. Okay, so once you've added the information to your chart, you can quickly swap between the different chart types, and it'll keep this information. Okay, let's have a look at another example. So let's delete this line chart, and let's now change the text here for our other example. So let's now look at shopping expenses. So let's copy where it says expenses in our Google Doc, and now paste this into our text box in our new slide. Let's just move this up here, and let's actually change the slide's color. Now it's quite hard to read this text, so let's change this to a darker color. Okay, I think this blue color looks good. Let's now go to Elements and add a shape. So let's just resize this, and now let's change the corner rounding with this slider here. And again, let's change the color, and this time let's choose our own color. Let's just change the text to say week 1, and let's make this text bold. Let's now change the font to something different. Let's choose this text called Montserrat. Okay, that's pretty good. Let's just resize this, and let's change the color to black. Let's move this up here, so it's on top of this shape. However, let's change the text to something different. Let's choose this one called Montes Arabic. Okay, I think that's suitable now. Let's just resize this box, and let's nudge the text up with the up arrow on our computer keyboard. Let's just click and drag over the text and the shape, and let's reposition this. Okay, let's now add a pie chart. So let's click on Elements and then go down to Charts and then click on See All. Now let's add one of these pie charts. So let's click on this and let's resize it. So you can see here we can change the individual colors for each segment of the pie chart. So let's change these colors now. Okay, I think this is suitable. And let's now change the information for the pie chart. So where it says labels, let's actually change this to different shopping expenses. So let's copy the first one and let's paste this into where it says item 1. You'll notice we have a number next to each of these as well. Let's just type in the number as well, which is 20. The next one, which is food, let's copy and paste this over to item 2 and type in the number here. And then the next one, bills, let's do the same. And the next one, medicine, let's do the same again. And the fifth one, let's copy this over, which is others. And let's add the number here. Okay, let's just click on this, and I'm going to keep the font as it is, but let's actually make it italic by selecting the italic button here. Let's also change the font color. Let's choose this blue color. But let's actually choose this purple color, which is from a photograph in this presentation. Let's now add an infographic, which will display the information from this pie chart as well. So let's click on Elements, and in the Charts area here, it says Infographic Charts. Let's click on See All, and let's choose this progress bar. And let's just resize this, and here we can change the percentage and the line weight. So let's change this to 11.8 so it matches the same percentage amount as where it says shopping in the pie chart here. Let's just change the color so it's the same color as shopping in the pie chart. Let's also change the second color to white for this progress bar. Let's make the line weight a bit bigger. And let's actually duplicate this. Let's just click and drag over both of these and reposition them. Let's duplicate this text box above. And I don't want to have this bold. And let's just resize this. Okay, let's duplicate this text and let's change this to say food. Let's also change this color here so it matches with the food color in the pie chart. Let's now duplicate this progress bar and also this text box. And let's rename this to the next one, which is bills. Again, let's update this percentage. So this should be 17.6, so it's the same percentage as in the pie chart. Let's also change the color so it's the same color as in the pie chart. Let's actually click and drag over both of these now and duplicate both the text box and the progress bar at the same time. Let's now change this to the next one, which is medicine. And let's click on the progress bar and change the color to match the color in the pie chart. Again, let's click and drag over both of these and duplicate them. Before we continue, let's update the percentage for medicine. So this is 23.5%, which is the same as the pie chart. Okay, let's now do the last one, which is others. So let's click on this progress bar and change the percentage to 35.3, so it's the same as the pie chart. Let's just click and drag over all of these and resize and reposition them. Let's just change the color for the last progress bar. Let's change it to this red color, which is the same as the pie chart. Okay, so we're now at the end of this video, and there's a few different examples of how to add charts in Canva. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Okay, so now let's have a look at how to add a flipbook to your presentation. So let's click on Apps on the side here, and type in Flipbook in the search. And let's click on the Issue app. And Issue allows you to create interactive digital flipbooks. We can also choose Embed, which allows you to embed your flipbook into your website or presentation. However, Embed is a paid feature. Let's now click Connect down here. We're going to connect Issue with Canva. Let's click on Connect again. And if you don't have an Issue account, you can sign up here. It is free to sign up. There are these paid plans, but it does have a free plan that you can use. This one doesn't have as many features. For example, you can only publish 5 documents, whereas the other plans you get unlimited documents. We can also only add 50 pages per upload, and we have a maximum file size of 50 megabytes. However, for this example, the free plan should still be fine, so let's use this. Then you'll need to create your Issue account, so you can add your first name, last name, email address, Issue username, which is your custom URL, and also your password. Then if you agree to the terms of service, you can check this box here, and then click Sign Up. Then after this, you'll need to confirm your email address. Okay, now we've signed up to Issue. We do have this pop-up here. For this, I'm going to select Education, and then click Next. Let's close this pop-up now, and let's click on Upload in the top left. Now we're going to add our PDF file. For this example, I have a few pages from my audio recording book. So let's select this here and click Open. So let's now add this and turn this into a flipbook. Down here on the right, we can add a title. It also says here that 2 links were automatically detected in your document text. So you can add these as clickable links by pressing this Add Links button here, but for now, I'm just going to leave this. We can also add a description down here, but for now, I'm just going to leave this and click Add Later. We can choose to have this live on issue or publish this privately. For this though, let's leave this live on issue. And now let's click Publish. If you agree to their terms of service, you can check this box here and then press Publish. You'll also need to confirm here that you hold the necessary copyrights for your flipbook. You can click on where it says copyright to find out more about this though, but for this example, I'm going to select Confirm and Publish. Okay, our flipbook is now published. Let me just show you this embed function now. So we can click Embed up here. However, this is a paid function and you can't use this with a free plan. You can upgrade if you wish, but I want to use this with the free plan. The embed function might be useful though, as it will appear on your website rather than clicking to the issue site. But as I said, I just want to use the free plan, so let's not use this. Let's go back over to the share function here, and what we're going to do is we're going to share this link. So people can click on this link, then it will send them over to issue where they can view this flipbook. This may not be as smooth as embedding it directly, but we can use it with a free plan. So I've copied the link, and let's now paste this into our presentation. So here it is, and let's just resize this. So now we can click on this, and it will send us over to our issue page where we can view our flipbook. We can also display a QR code if we wish. So someone can scan the QR code, and it will send them over to the issue page where they can also view the flipbook. So let's now download this QR code and add this to our presentation as well. So let's go back over to our presentation, and let's click on Uploads and Upload Files, and add this QR code we just downloaded. Let's just resize these, and I'll quickly show you now how to do this on the phone camera. So you can scan the QR code with your camera in the camera application, or with a scan reader application, then this will display your issue flipbook link. So let me show you how to do this now. So once we scan this, you can see the link appear, and this again will go to our flipbook. In our flipbook, we can tap the left and right arrow buttons to move between pages, and if we make the flipbook full size, we can flick with our finger to go between the pages. We can also zoom in and out on the flipbook by pinching and dragging with our fingers. Okay, so that's how you can add a flipbook to your presentation. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Hi, and welcome to this section where you learn how to create stickers for instant messenger applications such as WhatsApp and Line. We'll also give you some best practices for creating stickers in Canva. Okay, so let's get started. In this introduction video, we'll talk about what stickers are. So, a sticker is a customized graphic that allows you to add personality and humor to a message conversation. These can help make a conversation more fun and creative. We can create stickers for WhatsApp and Line, and also for some other instant messenger apps. Now let's have a look at some stickers from Facebook Messenger, Line, and WhatsApp. Facebook Messenger doesn't allow us to create our own stickers, but it does have avatar stickers, which allow us to create our own character, which can help add personality to chats. Okay, so that's the end of this introduction video. Next, we'll have a look at how to create stickers in WhatsApp. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you there. Okay, so now let's talk about WhatsApp. This is an instant messenger service that allows you to send text messages, voice messages, and video messages, and make voice and video calls. It's also very popular in many countries worldwide. WhatsApp can also be used on a computer or tablet, but it's most commonly used on a smartphone. WhatsApp does have a few stickers to use, but currently I don't think they have the best designs. However, WhatsApp does have a create feature, but this is quite limited. Let's now have a look at how to use stickers in WhatsApp. We can use free stickers by clicking here on the icon on the right. From here we have more free stickers, and you can click to download these if you like. You can also get free stickers by installing a sticker application. However, some of these sticker applications often have issues, as sometimes the stickers disappear after a period of time, and you will need to download them again. As I said before, you can create your own stickers inside WhatsApp, but the design possibilities are quite limited, and there aren't many emojis for you to use. Let's now have a look at this example. We can select Create to make our own sticker. WhatsApp has a function here that allows us to create stickers, such as this cat photo. For example, in this design we've added text and emojis to this photo. We can also remove the background like in this next image, and we can send this sticker as a message in WhatsApp. However, I don't think it's the best background removal tool, and as you can see in this image, we can still see parts of the background. We can add text to the sticker, but the fonts are quite basic, and the emojis are also basic, and it's quite hard to make unique or creative stickers with this in my opinion. Also, we can't crop or choose which areas we want to remove the background from. We also don't have any image editing tools such as exposure or contrast. Okay, let's now discuss how to create stickers in another application or website and how to upload them to the Sticker Maker application. This application stores your stickers, which you can use in WhatsApp and also iMessage if you have an iPhone. With this application, we can upload our PNG images. Then we can create our own sticker designs in Canva and then export these as PNG images and upload them to the Sticker Maker application. This gives you more creative possibilities, as Canva has many features that allow us to create fun and interesting stickers. Let's take a look at these examples. The first image features two designs that we created in Canva, the crying cat and the cool cat sticker design. These were then exported out of Canva as PNG files with transparent backgrounds. Then the second image here is of the Sticker Maker application. This is the application where we will upload all of our stickers. The next image shows our crying cat design. In this application, we can crop the image and add more text if we wish. From our testing, the app is slightly different in iOS and Android, but in the iOS version, there are a few different fonts and ways to customize the text, but Canva has many more ways to customize the text. Then the fourth image is of our sticker pack inside the Sticker Maker application. We can add these stickers to WhatsApp by uploading the image, then cropping the image, then saving it as a new sticker pack, and then selecting Add to WhatsApp, which will add this sticker pack to WhatsApp. Then you'll be able to send these stickers to your chats in WhatsApp if you wish. Okay, so that's the end of this video where we've looked at how to create your own stickers in WhatsApp. In the next video, we'll look at line stickers and the Line Sticker Maker application. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you there. In this lesson, we will teach you how to create your own stickers that you can use in Line. So what is Line? Line is an instant messaging application popular in Thailand, Japan, and Taiwan. This application offers many different types of stickers for purchase, and you can also upload your own stickers to Line. People can also become a Line creator and sell their own stickers on this application. Now let's have a look at some different types of Line stickers. The image on the left displays some regular or normal stickers. The image in the middle shows some stickers that have movement, and some of these can also have sound too. Then the images on the right are stickers that you can put your name on. So how can you use stickers in Line? The images on the left are examples of free stickers that you can download in Line, but there are conditions for free stickers. For example, you may need to add a new contact to Line before you can download stickers for free. Also, free stickers have a time limit, so they cannot be used forever. You may also need to answer questions in exchange for some free stickers. These are to help brands improve their products. So just be aware that the free stickers do have some conditions. Okay, then the image on the right shows stickers that can be purchased from the Line sticker shop. The paid stickers will not have the conditions like the free stickers, and they'll be yours to use on your Line account for as long as you wish. However, these are not free and they do cost money. Next, let's have a look at how to create stickers with the Line Sticker Maker application. This is available for Android and iOS. Once you've made your stickers, you can use them in Line, or you can apply to sell them online if you wish. Let's have a look at these examples. The first image is a photo of a cat, and we've chosen a heart frame for it. The next image has the background removed. Then in the next image, we've added the purple brush and text. This application lets us see a preview of the sticker in the chat, as shown in the next image. We can select the X button if you want to edit the sticker more, or we can select Save, and then it will go to this page here, which is the Collections page. Okay, so that's the end of this video where we've looked at Line stickers and the Line Sticker Maker application. In the next video, we'll look at how to create stickers in Canva for Line's Creators Market. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you there. Hi there, and welcome to this video where we'll look at how to create stickers in Canva for Line's Creators Market. So we can also create stickers in other applications such as Canva, and then upload them to the Line Creators Market. The image on the left is of stickers that we created in Canva. Then we have the image on the right, which is the Line Creators Market. This is a website where people can upload stickers that they've created. Let's now have a look at some reasons to create stickers. Stickers allow you to communicate with more emotion and can be a fun and creative way to express your feelings. People will search for stickers to express their feelings, but they may not be able to find the exact sticker they want to use. You can create and sell stickers that might be useful for people to express their emotions in messaging conversations. For example, this sticker collection called Crazy Little Monkey displays different emotions and feelings which are shock, missing someone, hunger, and anger. So there are a lot of different types of emotions that can be expressed in the sticker collection, but it's also fun and cute as it has graphics of a little monkey. Some people also create stickers with their faces or pets to make their stickers unique, and these can be fun and interesting to send in messages. Also, you don't have to sell your stickers online. You can choose to keep your stickers private and not sell them, so only you have access to them. For example, these are private stickers. These can be used in messages to show anger or show that you're sorry. We also made this cat sticker that says hello, this pig sticker that says good morning, and we also have this sad cat sticker. Okay, let's now talk about the different steps involved in making stickers. So you may have these questions before you make your first sticker. These questions are, how can I create stickers? Which tools can help me create stickers? How can I design stickers fast? And the answer to all of these questions is Canva. Canva allows you to create great looking sticker designs quickly. Okay, let's now go over the first step, which is to find the sticker for each application. In this example, we can see lines requirements for images. This guide allows you to prepare your images so they're at the best size. Let's have a look at these images now. So the main image is this image here. The sticker images are the actual stickers themselves. Then the chat thumbnail icon is the icon that's shown in the sticker tab, so the image where you select your different sticker collections. The next step is to decide what type of sticker you want to design. For example, this could be a cartoon animal, a person's face, or an animal's face. Then you want to think about how many stickers you want to design for your collection. For example, you could have 8, 16, 24, 32, or 40 stickers. The next step is to list all the characters you want to create for your collection. Let's just have a look at this graphic of this notebook on the right. So you could have a character for hello, thanks, wow, sad, hungry, miss you, good night, bye, no, okay, angry, and busy. If you want to create these stickers to sell, then I recommend that you keep the same character to keep the collection thematic and consistent. Let's have a look at this collection here. All characters are the same monkey. They all have the same 3 tufts of hair, the same markings across the stomach, and the same hair colour and skin tone. If you use a mixture of different faces and animals, your collection will look messy and may confuse people and can make them not purchase your sticker collection. The next step is to create your sticker size in Canva. In Canva, you can create your own custom size for your design. The next step is to think about copyright. To avoid this problem, I recommend using images where you know you're 100% allowed to use them. For example, in Canva, you have access to many different copyright-free images. So don't just save images from Google Images without checking for their permission. Make sure you can use images before you add them to your design. The next step is to export your image as a PNG with a transparent background. In Canva, we can export with a transparent background. So when you export, make sure you select transparent background. However, this is only for the paid version of Canva, Canva Pro. There are other sites such as remove.bg that you can use to remove backgrounds from images for free. So once you do this, you'll have a PNG image that has a transparent background. The last step is to upload your stickers to the Line Creators Market. Attached to this video is a resource that includes a link to Line's Help Center with details about submitting the sticker for review. I recommend checking this out if you want more information about submitting your sticker set. Okay, so that's the end of this video where we've looked at how to create stickers in Canva for Line's Creators Market. I hope you found this video useful, and next we'll design some stickers together. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you there. Okay, so now let's have a look at how to create an animal sticker in Canva. So you should be able to follow along with this and apply the skills we teach you to your own image. So if you have your own pet, you can upload your pet's image and create a sticker from this. Okay, so let's get started. So in Canva, we're going to create a custom size. We're going to choose 370 pixels by 320 pixels, which is the size we need to create stickers in Line. So let's click on Create New Design. And now we have our blank design. I'm just going to click up here to rename this. Now let's click on Uploads and upload our image. I did get this image from freepik.com. However, you can add your own image, for example, an image of your pet. So let's upload this image now. And let's add this to our design. Okay, let's just resize this. And let's now remove the background by clicking on Edit Image, Background Remover. As I said, if you're not using Canva Pro, there are websites such as remove.bg, which will remove your background for free. Okay, let's now add some elements. This design is going to be called Sad Cat, so I'm going to make it look like the cat's crying. So I'm going to type in tier. And now under graphics, I'm going to select See All. So we have this one here, which will make the cat look like it's crying, so let's choose this one. Let's rotate this and place this in the correct place. Okay, let's now add another element. Let's type in comic for this, as I do want to add some comic style graphics to make this seem a bit more fun and playful. Let's choose this one here, and let's just resize this. And of course, it is in front of the cat, so we will need to right click on this, and then go to layer, and then go to center back. And now it's behind the cat. Let's just resize and adjust this now. And there you go, there's a sticker that we quickly made in Canva. That's the end of this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Okay, so now let's have a look at how to create another animal sticker in Canva. So this video might be useful if you have a pet and you want to create a sticker from a photo of them. Okay, so let's get started. So in Canva here we have a blank presentation. And let's go over to Uploads and upload our image. This image is from freepik.com, but you can upload your own image if you wish. Let's just crop this, and let's remove the background by clicking on Edit Image and Background Remover. Now let's resize this image, and let's actually add a filter to change the colors for this image. So let's click on Edit Image and go down to the filters here. Let's choose this one, but I think the intensity is a bit too much, so let's reduce the intensity. Okay, let's now add an element to this design. For this, I want to add a text box, so it looks like the cat is saying something. So here we can add a text box, but I actually want to choose another text box. Let's choose this one here. So let's reposition this, so it looks like the cat is saying something. Let's now change the colors. Let's choose this yellow color, and a dark brown for the second color. Let's now add some text. So let's click on text, and select add a heading. Let's type in hello. Let's now change the font. I'm going to click on the search bar. So let's choose a handwriting style font, as this looks a bit more informal and friendly. Let's choose this one, and let's reposition the text. Let's now add an effect to the text. So let's click on effects up here, and let's choose a shadow effect. Let's change the shadow color to white so it stands out a bit more. And let's adjust the offset and transparency so we can see the shadow a bit clearer. Let's just rotate this now so it matches with the graphic behind it. And let's just adjust both of these now. As the graphic is covering the cat, let's make the cat go in front of the graphic. So let's right click on this image, go to layer, and then select bring to front. Okay, let's just resize this slightly. Okay, now I'm going to add some more graphics to make it a bit more fun. Let's type in bling, and let's choose this one here. We also have some magic recommendations, so let's select see all and have a look at these. Before we add another one, let's resize the one we just added. I'm also going to flip this horizontally and rotate this. Let's also change the colors. Okay, I'm going to add another one now. Let's choose this. I don't think this is quite suitable, so let's try another one. And let's just resize and rotate this. Okay, I think this works now, and that's how you can quickly make a sticker in Canva from a photograph. Thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Hi there, and welcome to this video where we're going to look at how to create a sticker from a photograph, which could be a photograph of yourself or someone that you know. So here we have a blank design, and let's now upload an image. So let's click on Uploads and Upload Files. Here I have an image from freepik.com, but you can upload your own image if you wish. But you can use the skills we teach you and apply them to your own image. So let's now add this image to our design. Let's just crop this, and let's actually remove the background. So let's click on Edit Image, and then select Background Remover. Let's just make this a bit bigger, and you can see there it hasn't actually removed the background perfectly. We can still see some of the background around the hair. So under Edit Image, we can click on Background Remover again, and then we can manually erase the background. Let's just make the brush size a bit smaller, and let's just manually remove the background which is around the hair. Okay, I think that's a bit better now. Now let's click back and add an element. So under Elements, let's type in Angry. And under Graphics, let's select See All. You can use your sticker to display any image you wish, but for this example, let's have the sticker display anger. And let's just resize this. And now let's type in Fire. So I'm going to have a fire graphic behind the person. So we need to right click on this and then go to Layer and then go Center Back. And now let's increase the size. However, let's use another graphic, and we have this one here under Magic Recommendations, which I like more. So let's select this. Again, we want this behind the person, so let's right click on this and go to Layer, Center Back. Again, let's resize this to make it bigger. And for this, let's flip this horizontally. Let's just reposition these elements now. I'm just going to change this color so it's a different color from the fire, so it doesn't get lost in the design. I'm going to add another element now. I want to add a question mark. This one here is fine, and let's have one on each side by clicking on this image and pressing the duplicate button. Let's now move this to the left and resize and reposition this. Okay, so that's the end of this video. We created a sticker from an image of a person. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Okay, so now let's have a look at how to create another sticker from a picture of a person. So this could be a picture of you or someone that you know. Okay, so let's get started. Here we have a blank page in Canva, and here we have an image from freepik.com. However, this could be another photo, for example, a photo of you or someone that you know. Let's just crop this image and resize it, and then remove the background. We can do this by clicking on Edit Image, and then go to Background Remover. Okay, let's just resize this again, and let's position this to the left. Now let's add an element, so let's click on Elements, and let's add a text box. Let's now add a speech bubble, so it looks like the person is saying something. Let's choose this one, and let's flip this horizontally. Let's now add some text to add to the speech bubble. So let's click on Text, and select Add a Heading. Now I'm going to type in the word sorry, so we can use a sticker to display a certain emotion. Let's just change the font to something more handwritten, so it looks more personal. Okay, so now let's add an effect to the text, so it stands out a bit more. So let's click on Effects, and choose a shadow effect. But for now, let's adjust the offset, and let's also adjust the transparency, so we can see the shadow a bit more. Let's choose white for the shadow. Let's also change the color for this speech bubble. Let's change it to a green color. However, I don't think this color is quite suitable, so let's choose our own custom color. Okay, I think that looks better now. Let's go back to the text effects and increase the transparency for the shadow so we can see the shadow even more. Let's now add another element. So under Elements, we have some magic recommendations, and let's choose one of these. Let's just change the color of this element by clicking on the color up here, and let's choose a yellow color. Let's choose this one. Let's duplicate this element now and move it over to the top left. And let's duplicate this again and move it to the middle. And let's add one more and rotate this. And let's rotate and resize this one as well. Let's actually duplicate this a few more times to fill in the space in the bottom right. Okay, let's just resize and move this around to fill in the space. Again, let's add one more, and let's flip this horizontally this time so it looks a bit different. Okay, so there you go. So that's how you can make another sticker from a photograph of a person. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Hi there, and welcome to this video where we're going to show you how to create your own sticker. So we're actually going to take inspiration from an image. So I've actually found some images on freepik.com, and we're going to create our own sticker based on these two images. So let's upload these now to Canva by going to Uploads and then Upload Files and selecting these two images. So it's this image here of a cat and another one of a pig. So let's crop this pig image now and put it on the head of the cat. So let's resize this image, and I'm actually going to remove the background for this pig image by clicking on Edit Image and then go to Background Remover. Remember, if you're not using Canva Pro, there are other websites you can use to remove backgrounds for free, such as remove.bg. Okay, now we have the background removed for this image. Let's just rotate this and put this in approximately the right place. Let's now crop some of this cat image. And let's now click and drag over both of these images and make them larger. Okay, now I'm going to switch over to the iPad. You can do this on the desktop as well, but I do think using the pencil on the iPad can be a lot quicker and more efficient for drawing images. Okay, let's now download this image from Canva, and we're going to open it on the iPad. The application I'm going to use on the iPad is called GoodNotes. This lets me draw with my Apple Pencil. So let's open the GoodNotes application, and then tap on New. And then I'm going to choose Notebook. And now let's tap on Size, and let's choose A4. And now let's change this to Landscape. And let's tap Create. Now let's tap on the image icon and add our image from Canva here. Let's just resize this so we can see this a bit clearer. Now with the pen tool in GoodNotes, let's use our Apple Pencil and draw around the outline of this image. So let's go around the head, To make this image unique, I'm going to change the ears. So let's draw in a new shape now. Let's draw around the stomach and the arms. And now let's draw around the legs and feet. And draw around the stomach. And I'm going to add a new marking for the stomach. Let's now add an inside part for the ears. I'm going to change the tail to a curly pig's tail. Right, let's zoom in a bit more now and let's draw around the nose and mouth and also the tongue. And let's draw around the eyes and let's change the shape of these as well. Let's make them a bit smaller. And let's add some eyelashes. Let's now change the thickness of the pen and let's choose a pink colour. Now I'm going to fill in the colour for the pig's face. I have sped this video up, but if you're following along, I recommend taking your time so you fill in your image correctly. Let's also use this pink colour to fill in the arms and legs for this design. Okay, let's now choose a different colour. Let's choose a red colour for the nose. Let's zoom in even more and choose a thinner line amount. And let's fill in the tongue this red colour as well. Let's now change the colour to a white colour and let's fill in the mouth. Let's zoom out and let's change the colour to a pink-white colour and let's fill in the belly with this colour. Let's zoom out so we can see the whole image. Okay, let's now view our original image. So we can do this by pressing this image button up here. And this shows our original image. As you can see, it's quite different now. Okay, let's now remove our original image. I'm going to select cut though, just in case we want to paste it in again later on. Okay, let's actually make our image a bit neater now. And with the Apple Pencil, let's draw around the outline again. So let's zoom in. So we're going to draw around this image with a black colour. So let's draw around the head. And let's make the eyes a bit neater. Now let's fill in the nostrils and draw around the nose. Let's also draw around the mouth. And then draw around the hands and arms. And also the stomach and the legs. Let's draw around the other arm as well and the other leg. So let's now select this pink colour again and fill in any of these white gaps. And also we can see these white gaps around the mouth, so let's fill this in here as well. So let's swap to this black colour and draw some eyelashes in again, and also draw in the inner ears. Let's also add the marking to the stomach again. Let's now swap to the highlight tool and add some shadows around the image to make it look a bit more three-dimensional. So let's draw around the outline of the image now. And you can see now it's starting to look a lot better. Let's choose a grey colour now. Let's also add highlights around the stomach. And add highlights around the eyes to make it look like a shadow. Let's also do the same for the nose and the mouth as well. Now let's change this back over to the pen and I'm going to add some lines on the cheek. Now let's go to the highlight tool and add the highlights to these lines on the cheek to make them look like shadows. Let's now swap back to this pink colour and add the highlights for the inner ears to make these look like shadows as well. Let's now export this image out of GoodNotes and let's go back to Canva. So we're using the same canvas size as before for the sticker, and let's now upload this image we just made into Canva. So let's click on Uploads and then Upload Files and then select this image here. Okay, let's just crop this and let's remove the background by clicking Edit Image and Background Remover. Let's now add some elements to make this sticker a bit more exciting. So let's click on Elements and let's type in balloon. Let's choose one of these balloons now. Actually, I like the colour of this one a bit more as it matches the pig better. So let's choose this one. Okay, let's just resize this. And let's actually crop the bottom. Let's add some text now. So I'm going to click on Add a Heading. And let's change the font now. And let's choose this handwriting style font here. This handwritten font looks a bit more personal. Let's just resize this image and the text now. Let's add an effect to the text. So let's click on Effects. And let's choose the shadow effect. Now let's change the shadow colour to white. And let's adjust the offset and increase the transparency so we can see this a bit clearer. Let's also adjust the direction. And let's now add another element. This time let's type in ribbon. Let's choose this one here. And now let's add this ribbon to the balloon. We can also add another ribbon if we want. Just for this example, let's add a bow tie to the pig as well. Let's just resize and rotate this. I'm also going to add a filter to this to change the color. So let's click on Edit Image and choose one of these filters by selecting See All. However, for this sticker, I don't want to have a bow tie, so let's delete this. Okay, let's add some more elements, so let's click on Elements, and now let's type in Heart. So let's add some of these heart graphics. Let's change the color of these graphics, as I do think we have too much of this light pink color now in the sticker, so let's change it to a darker pink or a red. Let's now type in flowers, and let's click on See All and choose some of these. Let's duplicate this by pressing the duplicate button, and let's actually flip this horizontally by clicking on Flip up here and selecting Flip horizontally. Now with this graphic flipped horizontally, the image looks more balanced. Let's just resize and rotate these flower graphics now. And let's just select all of this now and put it more in the center. Okay, so there you go. So that's how you can create your own sticker. So we created this from inspiration from other designs, but we still made that design unique. So we're now at the end of this video. I hope you found it useful, and I'll see you in the next one.